in the PS4, there's a hidden message as well. If you go under System Settings and Hard Drive, that bar at the top that's full of color, the colors tell you how much data is being used on your hard drive. Welcome back to This Week in Gaming, episode 32. Which still impresses me. So some stuff happened. We're going to talk about it, specifically tied to the world of video games. We'll try not to keep a lot of it to EA, because it's been the total shitstorm this week.
Yeah, I mean, I have like a little...
Maybe, should we get that out of the way now?
Yeah. Yeah, I basically have like the latest news of the Star Wars Battlefront 2 thing that I figured we all know enough about it that we can just kind of riff what's going on. And then be done with it, because it is what it is.
Pretty much. Basic gist for, you know what, I'm not even going to say for if you don't know what's going on. If you're in the gaming community whatsoever, you understand what's going on.
Or you at least heard about it.
EA and their microtransactions, calculations worked out to you either need to play the game for 4,500 and some odd hours or spend $2,100 in order to unlock in-game content.
Mm-hmm.
All in-game content.
And that's wrong.
That enraged the entire gaming community, because we've all been very upset with microtransactions. EA had an AMA, or Ask Me Anything, on Reddit, and they got completely eviscerated.
Yeah.
Is just, as soon as they could respond to anything, it was downvoted into oblivion.
Yep. Which is maybe the best way that they could have been told, we don't fucking want this. So,
not to mention that over the last... I was looking up EA's stock shares.
Yeah.
And they've been on a steady incline for the past, year, even over the last 5 years.
Yeah. EA in general, right?
EA in
general. Because,
yeah.
Sims 4 probably was like, whoa, this is really cool.
EA has a lot of properties that they manage.
Yeah.
But EA in general, as a company, has been going up. They have been tanking the last week.
All because of Battlefront 2.
Yep.
Because of a lot of the stuff that's happened, yeah. So... I mean, it's... They came out with a public apology about, oh, we're sorry, we're shutting off in-game purchases. But admittedly, it's just they're shutting them off for now.
Yeah.
And that could very well just be, we're going to shut them off until you guys complain too much about how you can't achieve anything within the game itself because it needs too many hours. And then you complain enough that you're like, let me just buy stuff. Jesus, I give up.
Okay, well... in response to that, can I read the...
Yeah, read what they actually said.
EA did make a statement about the Battlefront 2 microtransactions, and this is as quoted. It was tweeted by EA at EA Star Wars, and it's a little banner that says, as we approach the worldwide launch, it's clear that many of you feel there are still challenges in the design. We've heard the concerns about potentially giving players unfair advantages, and we've heard that this is the overshadowing an otherwise great game. This was never our intention. Sorry we didn't get this right. We hear you loud and clear, so we're turning off all in-game purchases. We will now spend more time listening, adjusting, balancing, and tuning. This means that the option to purchase crystals in the game is now offline, and all progression will be earned through gameplay. Crystals, if you don't know, this is not from the quote. Crystals is like the in-game currency.
Like credits.
Right. The ability to purchase crystals in-game will become available at a later date, only after we've made changes to the game. We'll share more details as we work through this. And that was from the general manager at DICE, Oscar Gabrielson.
See, I don't have a what was it, 40,000 hours? 4,000 hours?
4,000, about 4,500 hours.
That's a lot of hours.
They're going to need to figure out a way to balance the game.
Yeah.
Before anything else.
Because, it shouldn't be to unlock everything in the game. It should be, you can purchase these bonuses, and you can unlock these bonuses at 4,500 hours. Not, in order to complete this game, you need to spend this much money or waste however many days that is.
If you want to model microtransactions, take a look at League of Legends. because League of Legends has drained people of like entire life savings, but no one goes, "Oh, it's not fair."
Yeah.
It's just you purchase your hero and then all of a sudden you want skins and backgrounds and all this other stuff that's like not necessary to the game.
You just want it.
It's just stuff that you want.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's worked out really well for them.
Or
I've never bought anything in the Tales games.
Yeah, but they're just as bad.
Basically, any free-to-play MMO, that's how they can be free-to-play, is they charge... Well, they don't charge you, but they offer, like, outfits and mounts and...
A lot of it is just, like, just that. Skins
extra. Yeah.
and backgrounds, wallpapers, avatars, what have you. And I think a lot of the future of EA is going to depend on how they handle the coming months, year, however long really that this game is out before they try and reintroduce microtransactions. They could handle it gracefully or they could not.
I think they've handled this pretty well instead of how it could have gone where they went, well, if you're going to act like this, then you can't get anything you want. We're going to turn off the game.
It's hard with a company like EA, though. They've been voted worst company in America 2 years in a row. And they're they're on a list with like Bank of America.
Oh, God.
And a few others that were, it was like The Economist or something. Some like big economic magazine and online publication that started up the list where people would vote for the worst company in America. 2 years running, EA won it. So
yeah, Jesus,
like
that's really sad. And I mean, Bank of America has put out some really terrible games.
They have. I hate that one where I keep losing money.
I know. I hate that one where I go to the ATM and it tells me I have zero money.
It's the worst.
I don't have Bank of America anymore because they fucked me out of $300. So fuck them.
That's me with TD.
I hate Bank of America more than I hate anything on this planet.
So yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say on EA is we'll see how they handle the fallout in not Fallout 4, just how they handle the fallout of what they've created.
God, don't give them ideas. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, if Tylenol can come back from the cyanide poisonings of 1982 or 84, I'm pretty sure you can recover from this. Yeah. It's just going to take a lot of work and a lot of communicating with their fan base.
Yeah, I think that immediately tweeting out, all right, we fucked up and we recognize that. I think that's a good sign for them.
Admitting fault, I think, is one of the biggest first steps. Because a lot of companies won't do that. They're just, well, this is how it was designed. Deal with it. Yeah. But anyway, I'm done with EA. That's enough EA talk.
I really want to talk about this next. No, I'm going to save this one. Okay, so remember at the beginning of this show when we talked about nothing but Hitman and IO Interactive for like 5 weeks in a row?
Yeah.
It was really good.
It was.
So Hitman, the series, the hit top amazing game series, is getting another live action adaptation, but not another movie. It's going to be a Hulu series. Because Hulu's really broken out into being like, we got to do original series because that's what's hot right now.
It'll depend on how they do with handling Hitman, really. Yeah. Because it's been done as a live action film twice.
Like with two different dudes playing him.
Yeah. And both times they were they fell below expectations for people who played the games. Now, as a standalone film, I think that the most recent one was better. The one that had Zachary Quinto.
Sure.
He played Spock in the new Star Trek. Yeah. The one that had Zachary Quinto in it. And unfortunately, I can't see Zachary Quinto as anything other than Spock now because of Star Trek, because he's so good.
I've never seen... Sorry, like, we're getting off, because Jeff left the room, so now me and Proxy are just going to talk about whatever the fuck.
Yep.
I haven't seen the new Star Treks, but Jeff and I did watch most of Heroes, so now I can't stop seeing him as the character he was in Heroes, and every time I see him in something else, I'm like, you're the bad guy. He's just got those eyebrows.
You should sometime look into the new Star Trek films. They are really good.
I know.
The problem is then you get into the whole Star Trek universe, and then you start branching back into the series, and you're like, there's so much stuff.
So much. My mom,
I don't have a bajillion hours. I'm busy trying to play Battlefront. Go on.
My mom watched Next Generation when I was a kid, and I was like, I like Star Trek. And then I grew up, and there's like 50, 60 years of Star Trek to watch. And I was like, I'm overwhelmed. But I never saw John Wick, the film. Is it a film?
John Wick?
John Wick? Okay. The creator of John Wick, Derek Kolstad, is going to be writing the pilot for the show and is going to be executive producing the show. So he's going to be at least writing the pilot. Maybe he'll write more of it. So if John Wick was good...
John Wick was really good.
I have faith in this.
I haven't seen John Wick 2 yet, but I've heard that was an amazing film.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
Come up and watch it. We have it on HBO.
Oh, yes, please.
Cool. I'm interested in that.
So anyway, it'll depend on how they handle the series. Now,
yeah. They want it to be really close to the games. Like what the reality is in the games. They want it to be really close to that. So
I think they'll do better with a series because in this long-running series, I was talking about this earlier with comic books, where they've gone and taken a lot of the Marvel comics and DC Universe stuff and put it into series on Netflix rather than making a film about it because now you have a lot more time that you can dedicate to really elaborating on the characters that people that are fans of the original comics really got into.
Yeah. The latest one was Punisher. That just came out on Netflix.
Is that the show?
Ooh.
Oh, shit. I'm so far behind. There's like 17 new heroes that I'm just not familiar with anymore.
I feel like they just suddenly dropped like 5 different hero series all at once. And I completely lost my mind at that point. It was like
last year. No, it was like 2 or 3 years ago. It was Jessica Jones. And then now all of a sudden it's... And Daredevil. And then all of a sudden it's what? Luke Cage, Punisher, another one, and another one.
Currently now we have Jessica Jones, Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Punisher, and the Defenders.
Jesus
Not
Christ.
to mention Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Not to mention what's also on Hulu, which is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Gotham.
No, we'll just stick with Marvel.
Okay.
So Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. There is The Gifted.
Oh, yeah.
What's coming out next week, I believe, is The Runaways. This is all X-Men universe.
Jiminy Christmas.
Then there's one more. Fuck. It has, what's his face who played Ian in Misfits.
Oh. In Misfits?
Yeah, the nerd guy.
Oh.
He was also in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, fuck, I don't remember his name.
Either way. But there's one more Marvel one that I can't name because I don't remember the name of it.
He was Simon in Misfits. I can't remember the actor's name.
Yeah.
Iwan? I don't know. Either way.
There's
15 bajillion.
10 Marvel
and then
shows.
DC too. DC's got Gotham, and then there's Supergirl,
The Flash, Arrow.
Like what is I wish these were a thing when I was a kid. I would have lost my damn mind.
No, we just got
and now I don't have time. I just don't have time to watch all these shows.
We got completely off on a tangent there.
We did.
We're talking about Hitman, the series.
Yes, we should, by the way, start a podcast about TV shows we don't watch. And we talk about episodes we didn't watch. I think that'd be really good.
Spoiler free for everyone involved. I don't know. I think it's interesting because of how like Netflix has handled original series with comic book related things, and Crackle, the Netflix knockoff, did their ad riddled film. I don't understand why they do that with their own content, but that aside,
yeah, right.
They did a Crackle original film was. Dead Rising, thank you. Dead Rising Watchtower was a Crackle original film.
Was that the first one that you
and that was the first one of the two. And it was so good.
So good.
And more people need to get like in that bandwagon. Especially I haven't seen Warcraft yet, but
Frank.
Yes.
And
he was
hot
the perfect Frank West.
And the hot teenage gardener from Desperate Housewives as the main character of the movie.
As the hot teenage gardener who kills the zombies.
He was the same character, just now he's fighting zombies instead of weeds.
Anyway, that's a recommendation from me. If you haven't seen it, go check it out on Crackle. They don't sponsor us. It's just it was a really good movie, and I was surprised by it.
They should sponsor us.
That's Dead Rising Watchtower.
Yeah.
They made another one after that, and I haven't watched that one yet, so
but it's probably
I have no recommendations there.
It's okay. It's almost Christmas. It's time to watch something about zombies.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, we missed it for Halloween.
So much filming watching I need
Getting
to do.
back to Hitman, apparently there's 2 more Hitman games being worked on. IO Interactive confirmed they're working on a new game, and they don't want to talk about it until at least next year. But they were like, yeah, we're doing something, but like it's secret.
Okay.
So that's fucking cool. Hitman is the same series where it's been a meme the whole series. Alan, please add details. So I'm really hoping that there's some kind of like joke about that in the show, and that they continue it with the games.
That would be amazing.
I hope so. Like a dude named
just
Alan
finds a note, just says Alan, please add details.
God, I hope. Derek Kolstad, if you're listening, I don't know why you would be, sir.
If you're listening, we'd love to have you on the show sometime.
No, that'd be great.
We can just Skype you in, and it'll be a good time.
I'll watch John Wick for you. Do you want to take over?
No, you can keep going.
Okay. You're just a
Jeff's just
backseat today.
Yeah.
He's floating on by.
You're on a trip today. So remember last week we talked about the GameStop Power Pass, where you can rent a game. Well, you work at GameStop. You know about it. You can rent.
See, that hasn't even been brought up to me yet. It's still like in speculation with corporate, I think.
Oh.
Because I heard that it got...
That's where we're going. You can rent... Well, last week we reported that you pay $60 for 6 months of the subscription. You can rent as many pre-owned games as you want and then give them back and whatever. At the end of the 6 months, you get to keep one of the games that you rented. Well, it's been a week, and GameStop was like, we aren't doing that anymore. We're going to put a pause on it for however long. And because of a few program limitations we have identified, bunny quotes,
quote unquote,
AKA they're really concerned about their aging computer systems and how they would handle tracking the rentals and all the shit that would probably go on every single day.
That's always the one thing you hear from GameStop employees when you go to reserve a game or pick up a reservation is how crap the computer systems are.
Yeah, I still have a reservation for Fallout 4 Pip-Boy Edition that they cannot take off of my list.
Really?
That's crazy.
They're like, you have to call customer service. I've called customer service, and they're like, you have to go to a store.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, I just came from the store.
I'm in the store right now.
I'm at soup.
So they're putting a pause on it. And honestly, I feel like they're going to realize that they weren't going to make a lot of money off of that. And they might just completely cancel it forever, which sucks because it did sound really cool. Like $60 for 6 months. You can rent as many games as you want. At the end of it, you get to keep one. As a consumer, that's a great idea. That's financially really smart for me. As the company, probably not so much. But they did soft launches earlier this month in some locations. And anyone
I feel like the concern there, at least from a business standpoint for me, if I was trying to be GameStop and go about this, was that you're like, all right, so I'm going to be making a solid 60 off of person A for 6 months while they're renting games and swapping things out.
Yeah.
And you're assuming that within those 6 months, they're probably not buying anything pre-owned. And if they're not buying new, now you're limiting yourself to only getting $60 out of person A over the 6 month period. Whether or not, I don't think would be accounting for, because of the way that the economy is and the way that players are, that, you know, if I go out and I'm on the rental service for 6 months, and month one, first game I rent was a game like kind of a diamond in the rough that I did not expect to find, absolutely loved it. I'm probably going to still go out and buy that game if it's something that I can see myself playing over and over again.
Yeah.
Or if I want to add it to my library. So they'd still be making that money on top of what I'm paying for the rental service.
Right, because you couldn't just go in, grab a stack of games, say, I'm going to take these now.
Right.
You were only able to take one at a time. So, like,
and I'm sure
if you find this diamond in the rough, you're like, well, fuck, I got to buy this now.
Yeah, because somebody else might buy it.
Exactly.
Yeah, especially if they only have the one. Which that was the thing that would suck about it, I guess.
I'm sure business standpoint-wise, you can't really count on that either.
No,
so
and
it's understandable that they need to work on a few things.
Like, for our area, it's hard to imagine enough people being interested in that to make it worth it for, like, our specific GameStop. I can't imagine that, like, enough people would just...
I don't know. Enough people have taken enough interest in our particular GameStop to get it a prestige award for the last few years.
Fair, because the other two GameStops that are, like, closest suck.
Garbage.
So that is fair. Anyone who participated in the soft launches that happened at some locations, probably like, I don't know, maybe 100 places or whatever. If you participated, then you paid your $60. That sucks, but they will refund everybody who participated, and then everybody who participated and is refunded can pick any pre-owned game and keep for free. So that's pretty cool.
So you're still getting the benefit out of it. Minus the 6 month
if you were one of the
launch.
lucky ones who got to experience the soft launch, you're basically like a guinea pig, and you got to pay $60, have your $60 returned to you, and then you get to keep a game for free. That's not a bad deal.
It's pronounced Ginny Pidge.
Don't make me laugh. A real small one. Marvel Heroes. Free to play.
Diablo-esque
RPG.
Go on.
Is dead.
Oh.
I had no idea what it even was because there's so many goddamn superhero, like MMO RPG games that I can't keep track of them. But it's dead, and Marvel and Disney are just like super hush-hush about it. So I'm super sorry if you really like that game.
Wow.
I don't know.
Oh, well. That's all I have to say. Oh, well.
Okay.
Whoops.
I want to address the Pokemon I Choose You movie, the new one that
that came out in theaters and we haven't been able to see yet, but a lot of people have seen and a certain clip has been circulating the internet.
We missed all of our opportunities to see it, so we'll just have to wait for it to be
the
totally
movie, not the clip.
Yeah, we'll have to wait for it to be totally legally available on the internet to watch it. But there's a clip going around, and if anybody wants it, ask me because I have the tweet favorited. Of Pikachu speaking English.
Pikachu talks, and it's a little unsettling.
I want to get my phone out and like hold it up to the mic, but I'm sure that's gonna sound like garbage. But it like Ash is talking to Pikachu, and they're both crying, and he's like, "Pikachu, why are you still here?" And Pikachu's like, "Because Ash, I love you." Like, what the fuck?
It was, "Why won't you get into your Pokeball?"
Oh yeah, some stupid.
And he said,
shit
"Because
like
I
that.
always want to be with you." But the voice for Pikachu is. I feel like this movie is both going to be a little bit unsettling, but it's also probably going to make me cry.
Well, that seemed... I don't remember when that happened, like if that was at the beginning or the end or whatever. But did you... In the video, you can hear the person holding the camera go, or you can hear someone nearby
go... a lot of people go.
Go, "No!" And what? And like gasping and shock. It's amazing. I literally watched this video like 7 times because I couldn't stop laughing. It's so weird. Like, it was funny when we were joking that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was going to be voicing Pikachu, but it's a reality that Pikachu is speaking English now. I just wanted to mention that.
You know, it's weird thinking back to the short films that they used to do before the Pokemon movies. Like, when you go to see Pokemon the first movie, there was like Pikachu's Vacation before it.
Yeah, they were all so cute.
And Pikachu's Vacation would have been a perfect opportunity to have a voice cast for your Pokemon, and it wasn't. They said their name like they always do, and it was subtitled.
Yeah.
And I remember loving it.
I can't get over it. I think we should move on before I start.
Yeah, probably.
Like losing my mind. So Skyrim on the Switch happened like today.
Yep.
And that's super awesome. I'm really glad that Skyrim's getting its 60-second release.
Okay, so everyone picks on Skyrim for being launched on like every system ever.
Yes.
Let's not forget like Resident Evil 4. Launched initially as a GameCube exclusive, then ported to PS2, remastered for PS3, put onto PC. I swear to God, someone backported it to Dreamcast.
And now it's on PS4 too.
And now it's also on PS4.
I have no issue ragging on Resident Evil because it's also true.
On the Switch.
It's
RE4?
I'm pretty sure RE4 is going to the Switch as well.
At least one Resident Evil game is, because I remember watching a video about how to use the Joy-Cons to do motion control during Resident Evil. Because just playing the game isn't scary enough. Now you have to be good with your hands.
God, I hope it's RE7.
No, it was one of the older ones. I don't know if it was 4, but it was definitely one of the older ones.
Probably 4 because Nintendo still owns a right to it.
Maybe. But I was reading this article of like someone from Polygon's review of Skyrim on the Switch, and it was Ben Kuchera. Said the Switch's small screen hides a lot of Skyrim's graphical sins. And that really bothered me because Skyrim has been out for officially 6 years. It has been re-released so many times, remastered once. There should not be this many graphical sins.
Well,
I mean, they have
you're
to.
Not gonna have. You're
never
not gonna get away with it unless you literally remake it from the ground up, like they did with Crash.
I have no issue with there being issues, but
Well, not to mention the Switch screen is only 720.
Yeah.
It's not a full 1080.
Yeah, so of course it's timing issues.
And Nintendo has been known for running unlimited hardware.
Yeah.
They're really, really efficient at it.
Yeah.
But it still means that the game developers have to kind of downscale whatever they're going to do.
Well, no, I thought it was funny. It's not a rag on the Switch. It's a rag on Skyrim because it's one of my favorite games and I feel like I'm allowed to. Almost 100% of the bugs that are in Skyrim Remastered are in the original Skyrim. They didn't rebuild the game. They just made it prettier. And I think that that's garbage. And now they're just re-releasing it on every console that comes out. Pretty soon it's going to be on like the N64 Classic. Because why the fuck not?
It's the panda on the second level of Crash Bandicoot 2 that I kept jumping on. And after you jump on him 10 times, he starts spitting out lives.
Yeah.
You're not going to stop, Sarah, until it stops spitting out lives. Okay? As long as people are still willing and happy to purchase Skyrim.
Yeah.
Because people that purchase Skyrim, you know what you're getting into.
Yeah, I'm completely guilty of that. I own it for the PS3, the PC, the PS4, and when I get a Switch, I'm gonna buy it for the Switch. I'm 100% guilty of it, and I know this. I know this about myself. There's some things about Bethesda that really bother me.
When they launch it for Android, you'll buy that one too.
I really will. No, I won't, because I'll have an iPhone. Oh, speaking of iPhones,
great segue. Wow.
That game company. You know the one.
That game company. They did Journey.
They made Journey.
Flower.
Yeah. They're making a new mobile game. Well, they're making a mobile game, and it's going to be new, called Sky, that's going to be like Journey in a lot of ways.
Honestly, watching the trailer for it, I was like, this doesn't look like a mobile game.
No, it didn't. It didn't remind me of, like, Farmville.
It looks like it was developed for an actual console.
Yeah.
It probably will also be on consoles, but I know they said they designed the control scheme to work well on mobile.
Yeah. Maybe they had a deal with somebody. But
the devil.
At first the devil.
The iDevil.
At first, it's gonna be on iOS. So when I eventually get an iPhone, I'm going to fucking purchase the shit out of it so we can play it. Because no one else should have to sacrifice their Android just so we can play a game that looks really cool. Am I right or am I right?
Yes. What a great idea.
Yeah.
I got it.
All right,
I got it.
So there's been a lot of like hurricanes and shit, horrible things that happened this year.
Oh boy, yeah.
Yeah, hurricanes and
a lot of winds and waters.
And tornadoes and floods and earthquakes and hurricanes and presidents.
Obviously, it's the end of time, Sarah.
Oh, God, I wouldn't be surprised. So Sony has announced and emailed certain PS Plus subscribers who have been affected by stuff like that they will receive 1 month free subscription to PS Plus. Just because, like, life has been tough, especially if, like, you were affected by Hurricane Harvey. You probably didn't have, like, power for a few weeks. You didn't get to enjoy that month of PS Plus. So I think that's a really nice thing that they were doing. But you have to already have been a PS Plus subscriber. So, like, I couldn't sign up today and be like, I need a free month because I was affected by Harvey. I would have had to be affected by this thing and have been
because if you're just signing up, you probably have a free month anyway because they do that.
Yeah.
Free month to Plus, but
like
then you got to pay us.
That's what makes sense, but you got to say it because people are dumb. So this internet like broke
again
when they heard that the PS2 loading screen with those blocks that pop up. The blocks that pop up.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's your save data. That's your how many games you played and how long. I had no idea. Half the internet didn't know. Half the internet thinks the other half is fucking morons because they didn't know.
That's my half right there.
See,
because I knew about that from many years ago. It wasn't until the PS3 came out, at least. So it's not like I knew about it when the PlayStation 2 was around.
I knew about it before it was made. My dad works at Nintendo.
I knew before it was cool.
My dad works at Nintendo.
Yeah, someone pointed that out to me, and they're like, hey, did you ever notice if you turn the PlayStation 2 on without a memory card, it's pretty much blank with the PS2, and then if you turn it on with a memory card that has save data on it, there's the different towers, and they're all representing your save data.
Yeah.
So, which is why when I was really salty when that came out, and I'm like, oh, hidden message. It's not a hidden message. It's just
a cool
feature.
Thing, yeah. I didn't know, but I also didn't have a PS2 until I was like 16. And it wasn't mine. Somebody just left it at my house. So I feel like I'm a little bit off.
See, I didn't get a PS2 until the 360 was already out.
Yeah.
And the PS3, of course, but...
Yeah. So, like, it wasn't a thing that I would have noticed. The only game I played was, like, the first God of War a million times. So I would never have noticed. But I think that's a really cool little thing. Why doesn't my PS4 tell me that?
Because you can go into system settings and check the hard drive on your PS4.
I want it to be pretty.
Which, speaking of which, there's actually in the PS4, there's a hidden message as well. If you go under system settings and hard drive, that bar at the top that's full of color,
is a lie.
The colors tell you how much data is being used on your hard drive. In case no one knew that.
I don't know that because all of the bar is one color and it's taken up by games.
Sorry.
It's like 2 games. It's fine. Still speaking about PlayStation, though. There's a free weekend right now.
Right now, as you're listening to this, Overwatch, free weekend.
No, altogether, PlayStation.
Wait,
if you're not a Plus member
Yeah.
and you want to play online, this weekend is your weekend to play online for free without having Plus.
Yeah, and you don't need to like commit a credit or debit card or commit to a monthly subscription. I don't know how it works. I'm gonna test it like as we go upstairs and like.
You still have Plus?
No, I don't. I canceled last week.
Oh, okay.
But you just like click on it, and I assume it's gonna be like, "Hey, free weekend. Do you want it?" Hell yeah, I do. And also Overwatch free weekend until Monday. So these both last until Monday. So like fucking go
get on that.
Go play.
Also double XP on Destiny this weekend.
Cool. See, I didn't know about that.
What a great weekend for gaming.
I know.
All these companies are doing it on purpose because of the free PlayStation Plus.
That's
weekend.
really smart.
That is. Not to mention, next weekend, Black Friday. If you play Overwatch and you enjoy it, or Destiny 2, or like any of the like services, Black Friday is going to be the day that they want you to go out and pay real money.
That's true. Oh my god, that's so smart.
It's a brilliant idea.
It's amazing that companies are good at marketing.
It is. It's almost as though people have studied it. It's almost as though people are paid to watch market trends. And learn how to be most effective.
Oh god, dream job.
Only almost.
Dream job. Speaking of Overwatch, there's a new hero. And I don't know anything about her, but I've seen
her name, but
Moira.
Moira. Okay.
But I've seen one still image, and I know that she's like a healer, but she's also like super great at offense.
She's dark badass and
I'm in love. But she's awesome, and she's there, and she's playable. She's the 26th hero, which is really cool. So you can, if you do the free weekend, she's playable. So go test her out. I've had a couple friends say that she's really fun to play.
Yeah, and she went live on public servers and console servers as of yesterday.
Yeah, I got the update yesterday, but I was wondering what the update was. I just didn't hop in and play. So that explains that.
Yeah. So that's fun. That's all I have.
Sweet.
Unless I have secret notes in my... No, I don't. I don't have anything
No more
fun.
secret messages?
No. Sometimes I leave myself...
really, I just don't like... I don't like the way that they put the headline. PS2 startup screen has secret message.
It's not a secret message. It's just like... It's an Easter egg, is what it is.
Fun little function in PS2 you may not know about would have been a better headline.
Easter egg. I'm going to write an article about it, and I'm going to call it a fucking Easter egg, because that's what it is.
Do it.
Do you, like... I'm not gonna. I wouldn't be
write
like...
an article about the article and be like,
I
headline looks like shit.
I'm doing this right now. Like, I wouldn't say the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion has a secret message.
That IV actually stands for 4.
And then, like, you go all the way down to the article where I've rambled on for 11 hours, and it's like, the character that Sean Bean plays dies. Easter egg. Like, no, it's not an Easter egg.
Yeah, we saw Sean Bean's name. We knew he would die eventually in the game.
Yeah, like, it's not a joke. It's real. But I wouldn't be like, secret message. I'd be like, it's a thing about Sean Bean. It's a fact. He dies all the time.
See, my opinion, like, in the world of electronics and technology, secret messages are like the little things that chip developers leave microscopically on their chipsets that you can like hunt down and find, that I found out about on like Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Yeah.
And
it's
that
like,
was super cool. Or like the type of hidden messages you find at Scott Cawthon Games and the Five Nights website.
Where you have to like open up the website.
And you go into the source code.
Yeah. Alan, please add details. Even then, I would consider the continuation of the Alan joke to be an Easter egg after a certain point. Because it's like, you know that they got it in here. We got to go find it.
Anyway, I'm done being salty about that. Join us again next week for more talk. Hopefully not all about EA.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see where gaming takes us between now and then. Until then, game on.
See ya.